It's Friday. It's winter. Coming at you live. All right, if you guys watched that video, then you know what I'm referencing. Obviously, there's been some hot takes in the past with the cats and takes that haven't worked out so well. Anyway, not to get too much into that. We're here tonight to talk about the lures that we're excited for 2022. It snowed last night. No one's happy about it, but open water season is right around the corner. So, without further ado, I'm not going to get into too much detail about any of these baits specifically, but I wanted to kind of touch base on some of the ones that I'm excited about. Okay, so first one is the Tbone. Thanks, Grant. It turned me on to this guy. It's kind of like a Suic with a more rounded body. I mean, you can kind of check out the profile there. I'm excited to throw it because it might just throw a little bit more water than a standard Suic and give a slightly different presentation in areas where maybe that's what they've seen. So, I mean, yeah, that's all I've got to say about that. I haven't actually ran it yet, so we'll see how that works and weighting-wise how that works. But it's a cool bait. I'm kind of excited to just kind of try it out and mess around with it. So, Tbone, start there. Second bait, really pumped for. This is the Musky Mayhem Grenade. Just a really cool bait. I'm really excited to throw it. If you've watched the Mayhem's 10,000 casts and you've seen their intro and you've paid attention, you know how many fish in that intro were caught on this lure. So yeah, I mean, I cannot wait to throw it. There's going to be some times where this thing is going to just wreck on some deep breaks in Wisconsin and Iowa. I got the crappie pattern because crappies, shad, you know, just a good bait fish pattern. Cats are knocking things off in the background. That's part of the reason we're filming here now. So anyway, the Musky Mayhem Grenade, really excited about it. Can't wait to throw it on some breaks. All right. Next on the list, we got a twofer. We've got Matt with Ridgway Customs. We got two Ridgway Customs here. We've got the gold carp and we've got a Northwoods pike. Again, I didn't throw the pike very much this year. I had this, I think, in June or maybe even July, but I wasn't in the Northwoods at the time, and for my sake, it doesn't do me any good to put hook rash on a bait that, you know, where I'm throwing it where there aren't pike as a forage species. So down here, we got carp, we got rough fish. Up north, we got the pike. Really excited to throw both of these. This is the 9-inch version. Yeah, I cannot wait to throw this guy. Just a little bit different profile. 10-incher is going to do awesome. Cannot wait. These patterns are just straight money. I posted a picture tonight. The lighting was just right as I was kind of getting organized for this event or for this video, so I just figured I'd just go ahead and do it. Anyway, Ridgeway Customs, check them out. Gonna link them below. Next on the list, we've got Bucko Murrows, Buckos branded baits, a dive and rise. Kind of an interesting, you know, 8-inch profile, little weird tail thinger there that's pretty unique to his baits. I'm really excited to see how that performs in the water. Very nice, like, perch pattern here. He sent me several, but this was just the one that I decided to grab out of the mix that he sent me. Really cool lures, really cool action to them. If you look up on his Facebook page, which I'll link below, I'll link the Ridgeways, all the small bait makers, so that way you guys can get in contact with them if you so decide to purchase one. But really cool action on these guys, really unique. May upgrade the hook slightly just to something a little bit bigger. I don't know. I'm really meticulous about the hooks these days. Thanks, Ryan. You did this to me. But anyway, these baits are super cool. Really great artistry on them. They really pop. Real nice perch pattern. I think that this is going to crush in a lot of different water. Really nice orange belly too. I think this is the fast rise. He makes a slower rise. This is the fast rise. So really looking forward to chucking that this year. All right, next on the list. a big shout out to Mr. Ravska. Josh Ravska creates these awesome works of art. Man, these things are cool. Topwater Walk the Dogs. I know that there are several of my buddies who have used these, have had really good luck with them. They throw a lot of water. They've caught a lot of fish around here. I seriously cannot wait to chuck this thing around and work it through some of our water here. Again, crappie / shad pattern for some of the bait that we experience around these parts, but man, this thing looks so cool and it's got some flash to it. I seriously cannot wait to chuck this around, especially on one of the rods that I've got coming in that I may end up reviewing when it gets here. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. It's about baits, not rods. So again, the Rabska 8.25, really pumped about it. Next on the list, we've got the Soul Searcher from Nick at Bangarang Custom Baits. I got this for myself for my birthday in August, and then didn't have the gumption to throw it around here. I was kind of looking for a bigger profile as we moved to fall. And on top of that, not to say that they wouldn't have eaten it at that time, because I'm sure they would have, but I'm also kind of spooky about throwing expensive custom baits around my home water, because there's a lot of down trees here. There's a lot of sunken timber. I really don't want to lose a beautiful custom lure like this in some of our home water if I can avoid it. But I think I'm just going to have to just bite the bullet and chuck it around here, because this thing looks good. If it suspends as well as Nick says that it will, it's going to be awesome, and it's going to work really, really well in that springtime post-spawn transition. Got some owners on there. It's going to be sweet. Cannot wait to throw it. Looks awesome. Again, dude is just an artist, like all of these guys are. It's almost painful putting teeth marks in them because they look so good, but you know what? Baits are made to be thrown, not put on shelves. So we're going to chuck it around. Next on the list, as Callie is fading fast because she's been holding the camera, we've got a Narcan 7-inch glider. I really like the foil pattern, did well in the pre-spawn with the foil last year. Looking forward to chucking this thing around. Just kind of a nice sucker / carp / yellow bass for that type of forage in certain areas. Really looking forward to getting this thing on the water, chucking it around some and seeing what happens, especially in that pre-spawn time. All right, last but not least, we've got the Musky Innovations Swimmin' Invader. Now, I kind of avoided the Swimmin' Invader train last year, but I decided to get on it this year. Seeing some of that action in other videos, nice tight wobble, could be really good in that pre-spawn / early post-spawn time frame. Also getting into the trolling game a little bit more, trying to get into the trolling game more. I figured this would be a good one to add to the arsenal. Good rattles, swimming tail. Really pumped about this molten color. Cannot wait to chuck it around. Cannot wait to troll it around. It's going to be great. All right. So if you made it this far, I appreciate you watching. I'm going to link all of those different bait makers below, or at least the ones that I can find online. I really like being able to support small bait makers. I think it's an awesome thing that those guys do. And if I can throw them some traction their way, then that's great. But also the other thing too is if you guys are looking to get out muskie fishing in Iowa and you don't know where to start, I'm going to link some guides below. Steve Jonesi Guide Service, Ryan Becker with Iowa Muskie Guide Service, Tracy with Iowa Muskie Guide Service. Give them a call and book a trip with those guys. They're awesome. They know what they're doing. Their schedules are filling up fast, so please do not hesitate to give those guys a call. If they're busy, heck, shoot me a message. Maybe I'll be free and can take you guys out on the water. But with that being said, I really appreciate all of you watching and appreciate if you'd like and subscribe. If you like the tackle talks, please let me know in the comments below. We'll get a couple more out this winter. As always, thank you guys for watching. Appreciate it if you like and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one.